Today is the first day of Mental Health Awareness Month and destigmatisation of really just blowing it out of the water about the way in which we perceive what mental health actually is and how we perceive people who have mental health challenges. And I have spoken many times on this platform about my own mental health challenges and how I overcame them. And I suppose here in the I Am Positive Mindset room, I would have people who are, being challenged daily about mental health. Some of them are very large challenges, some of them are very small challenges. However, the feeling is still the same. The outcome is still the same. So I wrote down a couple of things that I hear regularly here in the I Am Positive Mindset room. And these are me paraphrasing from clients of mine. And if I'm honest with you, every single one of these are appropriate to me as well. So one of the huge things that people speak to me about in here is the sense that they are excluded. And it's generally actually in the workplace. People who are excluded in the workplace, they're excluded at lunch tables, they're excluded for nights out, they're excluded from conversations. And I had an experience, actually, I'll tell you a short story. I had an experience recently where I signed up to do a course, and as you know, I'm all very open, honest and direct. And I was asked a question within the first 5 minutes of this course by one of the people who were delivering it. And I answered the question honestly. And I had an opinion that wasn't very popular. And that's okay, because it's my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means it's my opinion. But the opinion and the stance that I took wasn't very popular. And as a result, I was excluded at lunch. And when it was happening, I was like, this is new. How is this happening? What's happening here? And in actual fact, somebody who I was trying to engage in conversation with turned and sat with her back to me. And every time I spoke, she spoke really loud and spoke over me. And that's one of the things the second thing actually that I wrote down is a lot of my clients would say to me that they feel excluded and unheard when they do, get the confidence to speak. I've no issue with speaking, you know that. But other people who would have an issue with speaking up or even offering any opinion, that they feel really disrespected and unheard when somebody speaks over them. We need to be mindful of this stuff with other people's mental health. And all of these things that I'm calling out, the first thing was exclusion, the second thing is speaking over people. It's very hard to critically analyse yourself and admit your faults. Ask yourself the question, do I do that? Do I do that with people? Because you don't know the extent in which you are affecting somebody else. And people's minds can be fragile. They can teeter over, forward and back, from the good side to the dark side to the light side really, really easily. And you do not know if that is the one straw that's after breaking the camel's back to send that person over the edge. So speaking over people, isn't good. It is not good. This one is huge. Speaking about people behind their back. If we have nothing kind to say, don't say anything, okay? And what I find in here is people will say, I was in work or I was in my family and, they were speaking about me behind my back and somebody came and told me what it is that they said. And I can't face them again. I can't face them anymore. I can't go into work knowing that they have said this about me and spend time with them and put the face on and use my manners. So just be careful. Taste your words before they leave your mouth. There's no such thing as a perfect person. There really isn't. However, we have to strive towards being better. Be careful about what you're saying about people. If you've nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Vera Brady says, it's almost like you had to experience it so you could help others. Vera, this is the story of my life. All of the challenges I went through, my whole life, have set me up for today, have set me up for the job that I'm doing. And when I had my challenges, every day felt like a month. And I wouldn't have wished them on my worst enemy. However, would I change a single day of my life now? Hell no. Because it has made me who I am. Iron sharpens iron. Okay? Every single experience that I've ever had is preparing me for every single client and speaking event that I have. And I wouldn't change it for the world. The next thing that I have here is organising nights out or organising trips, and just not including everybody who is in the office or who you're related to. You know, you might have your clique. I can't stand a clique. I'm all about the community. Make everybody feel welcome. Make everybody felt heard. Make good eye contact with people. Okay? Make good eye contact with people and let them know that you can see them. All anybody ever wants to be is seen and heard. It is extremely important. And when you're in a clique, cliques are false, by the way, they never last. When you're in a clique, it's very unhealthy. So observe yourself tomorrow when you're in the office. Are you directly or indirectly excluding somebody, consciously or unconsciously? Check that tomorrow. Check it in your families as well. Judgment. Oh my God, my kryptonite. When judgment comes into a room, love and creativity leave the room. And people are not themselves when they're being judged, okay? There's a live stream actually I want to do with my friend Jenny Meehan in Australia. We started it last year and we got cut off. But I need to finish that with her, and it's all about judgment. When you judge somebody, you're judging the external. Or maybe you're judging somebody on what you've heard about somebody else. This is why I want to do this live stream with Jenny, because she speaks about this so eloquently, and me and our relationship is the epitome of what it is that I'm describing. She was asked to judge me and she chose not to. She decided to use her own initiative and find out what I was about. God, that was over 20 years ago now. And we're still as thick as thieves, and she lives in Australia. But what I'll say to you is this. You know, when you're judging somebody over maybe how they behave, how they dress, where they hang out, who they're hanging out with, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors for people. You have no clue what is going on for people and the pain that they are experiencing. And they might seem, you know, like they have it all going on. They might seem like they're smiley, happy people and they're gliding like a swan, but underneath they're kicking to stay alive. Okay, and just stay in the game. Fair play, you're on the money, clicks are lethal. Jessica M. Lancaster, thank you for that. I just want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. Martina Delaney says, you're such an inspiration, Nicola E. Keneally. Thank you. You took me from a very lonely place and gave me a great saying, it's none of my business. Whatever others are doing and saying, even if it's about you, it's none of my business. This saying gets me through my days. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that so publicly. Martina, you're an absolute legend for saying that. And do you know, I had the conversation I had with you, I had tonight with a girl, tonight in this office. Isn't that unbelievable? And that's how synchronicity works. Judgment is a killer. All of these things that I am, just little things that I'm just raising with you here now, if they go on for an extended period of time, they lead to anxiousness and they lead to depression, okay? They lead to isolation. And we all know somebody who's taken their own lives, and we all go, oh, but they were so happy, and oh, they were so this and they were so that, and I loved them and they had so much support and yada, yada, yada. Or we might have somebody like external to us that we're like, Jesus, how did that even happen? Should they look like they have it all going on? Okay? We need to take responsibility for everything that falls out of our mouth. Can you guys see my pin? I have my green pin on. I'll be wearing that every single day for the month. I'm going to be doing a video about that pin very soon. But we do not know how we are affecting people negatively or positively, okay? We're influencing people all the time and we're impacting people all the time. So let's use it for a greater purpose, okay? We do not want to hear of anybody else taking their own lives. I am sick of it. I have it up to here with people taking their lives and find themselves in situations where they're isolated and lonely and they feel like they can't ask for help. Not on my shift. Let me see now, after missing a comment there. Trish Gary, never do to others what you wouldn't like done to you. I relate to this every day. Such a powerful thought. Thanks for that, Trish. Olivia Delaney, spot on. Nicola, excellent video. Listen, thanks ever so much for all of your feedback and your comments. I'm very grateful to you. Keep it going. If you have anything that you want to add to this or anything that I've left off my very quick list that I wrote there 10 seconds before I went live, please add it in underneath. And if you can come up with any tips or tricks for us this month that will help people with their mental health, or that is something, you know, bring something else to my awareness that I didn't mention there that we can do to help each other and support each other. Or if you know somebody who's feeling isolated right now, extend yourself to them. Ask them for coffee. Ask them, would they like a conversation? You know, your time can be spent so much better. Gus Bourne, I'm guilty of exclusion only because I don't do false. I'm strong enough to be on my own, and yes, maybe I exclude because of this, and never thought it could affect people like that. Yes, I will watch this in future. Thanks, Nicola E. Keneal-Fryn. I'm delighted about that. Now, what I will say to you is, you know, I'm guilty of exclusion because I don't do false. I'm not suggesting for one moment, Gus, that you entertain people who are substandard or who are being false because they are not your tribe. I know the work that you do, and I know how seriously you take having a positive mindset, and that you're fully rowing with the ethos of this business. So I am not promoting self-sacrificing yourself and your values to somebody else's who is not rowing in with being real. No, we're being real. Says real, okay? And if you know that people are not good for you, and if they are energy drainers and energy sappers, we're not keeping people like that in our lives, because that will affect your mental health, okay? Enda Hines, fair play, it's okay to not be okay, 100%. So listen, I will leave it there, and I hope you all have an absolutely lovely evening. Thank you all ever so much for all of the wonderful support on Facebook today. I'm going for 2 interviews tomorrow. First one up in Croke Park, second one down here in AIB in Drogheda. Businesswoman of the Year award for Network Ireland Louds, up and coming business. Oh my God, is that even real? Is that even my face on that picture? When I saw it, I was like, oh, this is real. Okay. It was a bit scary. The realization of it was a little bit scary, but I am feeling equally as excited as I am scared, and the scariness will keep me on my toes, and it means that I'm taking it seriously. So listen, I love yous and leave yous, and I'll report all tomorrow and let us all know how I get on. So long.